Hello, everyone. Daniel Torres here, host of the FMCG Guys podcast. Welcome to another episode of The Hot Seat in collaboration with the Women in Retail Media Collective. If this is the
Woohoo!
first time you tune into The Hot Seat, you'll want to know it's a fun, fast, and slightly unhinged series with more noise than you would expect and more fun than you would expect probably from a business podcast with the FMCG Guys and the Women in Retail Media Collective. Share the microphone and bring in guests for no filter chat about retail media, the people, the power shifts, and everything in between. And in this partnership, I'm joined by two amazing co-hosts, one per episode. And today I have with me the very famous CMO of Pentaleap and co-founder of the Women in Retail Media Collective, Ana Laura Zain. Hi, Ana Lau. How are you?
Hola, I'm good. I love that now people know that you call me Ana Lau, actually.
Yeah, we couldn't
Because
make it a
my
secret for very long.
no, my work persona is Anna or Ana Laura, but my FSCG guys persona is Ana Lau.
Of course. I mean, I
I
don't
love
know.
it.
I don't know how. I met them another Ana Laura before that called herself Ana Lau. Maybe that's why automatically I went to call you like that. I don't know.
Baby.
But in case people are wondering what to expect from this, I mean, probably our guest today is wondering what to expect. She can expect quick fire games, bold opinions, zero buzzwords or not. Think retail media ping pong, spicy true or false debates, mystery influencer guessing, and hot takes on leadership, strategy, and what still needs to change in retail media and maybe even in the world. So, without further ado, let's welcome today's guest, who's Morgan Chapman from Fluent. She's the strategic partnerships leader there, and she's also the North America's chapter lead and Woman in Retail Media Collective. Hi, Morgan.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And I have to say, I actually am a ping pong champion. So, really excited for that part of the segment to really lean in. So, fire the questions away. I'm excited. I'm prepared. I feel like I am going to knock this out of the park.
I'm such a terrible ping pong player as well. So, uh,
Same.
since you're the head of the North America chapter of the Women in Retail Media Collective, I'm curious to know first of all what made you join the collective, and yeah, what are you excited about there?
I mean, first, what Anna and Emma have built is just nothing short of phenomenal, empowering women at various stages in their career within retail media, providing a unique environment where someone who has just started in retail media can have access to a CMO or a C-suite within retail media. So, I jumped on board, really just believing in everything that they're doing and screaming it from the rooftops as much as I can and helping them build the community. And as the North American chapter lead, it's been a ton of fun. And, bringing women together is one of my biggest passions. So very excited to be here. And Anna, thank you again for the opportunity. It's been very fun.
We have the
And
best representative we could have asked for. So
and if I can ask, what type of members are you interested in? What do you want to welcome to the collective in North
Yeah,
America?
so great question. Various I like to say diverse individuals, from brands, retailers specifically, RMN tech partners, agencies, whether that's from a media perspective or data, platform providers. So really full ecosystem. The requirement is, are you in retail or retail media? Do you like, connecting with like-minded women? Do you want to participate in our events? Do you want to share insights and leadership and really just build mentorship opportunities has been a big part of the purpose of our mission as we set out to really grow this community.
Well, that's awesome, and I know that in North America, the collective has had like a great start, I would say, because I think that you've already done a couple of events in Minneapolis, and by the time that we release this, you will have done your first event in New York City as well, right?
That is correct. We had a great event in New York City, and we're really excited, obviously, to grow, the New York base of our community membership, but also just more broadly. We are going city to city. So if you are passionate and you want to be a part of the Women of Retail Media Collective and potentially head up a chapter, whether that's state or citywide, please let me know, as we are really trying to grow this as best we can with the right people, like-minded women within retail media.
Awesome. Obviously, we'll leave your name in the show notes. And after your amazing performance on the podcast today, I'm sure that everybody will want to know more about it. But let's go right in it. So Morgan, we like to
Ready.
welcome our guests here on the hot seat with an overwhelming amount of very personal questions right at the beginning.
All right.
So I'll just start, okay? Morgan, place of birth,
Toronto, Canada.
zodiac sign,
Sorry?
zodiac sign.
Oh,
What's your-
Scorpio. Scorpio.
Scorpio. What's your favorite food?
Gosh, I love a great piece of salmon on the barbecue.
Nice. For a minute, I thought you were going to say the Putin, the Canadian dish. I didn't even probably say it well. Which is your sports team?
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Is that baseball?
That is hockey.
Hockey.
Whoops.
I knew it.
Toronto Maple Leafs and New York Yankees, because as you know, I'm born in Toronto, but also am in New York City.
And what is your go-to music after a hard day?
Gosh, that really depends on how many airplanes I took in that week. So I love dance music, but I also love, just chill out music as well.
Since you mentioned going on planes, I travel quite a lot as well, and allow quite a lot as well. Do you travel a lot?
Well, I took 4 airplanes this week, and 4 last week, and 4 the week before. So as my children say, I live in the sky. But when you're spreading the WRMC love, I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to be everywhere and anywhere. So
Do you have any tricks or any unconfessable things that you do when traveling just to keep your sanity together?
Well, okay. So I like to make every flight a bit of a game, and I don't know if everyone should follow in my footsteps, but I like to leave the shortest amount of time between the time I leave for the airport and my flight takes off. And I keep track of my personal best records. And most recently, I arrived to the sidewalk of LaGuardia Airport 22 minutes before my flight took off. And I got in my seat. I was very sweaty, and I shared with my seatmate how excited I was that I had beat my personal best record. So
You like to play with fire.
a little bit, yes. I'm very competitive against myself, and it keeps it fun, and it keeps it light. Traveling is not easy, but having all the right access is obviously key to staying sane in the air.
If you ever see Morgan in an airport running, you probably know that she's like competing against her record, her own record. I mean, the one that you have now
Baby,
is
just going for the gold.
pretty admirable, I have to say. What is your biggest LinkedIn pet peeve?
Grammar.
Oh, yeah, this when you have a
Grammar in
comma that's not
post
in the right place.
Yeah, grammar in post is my absolute pet peeve. In fact, I'm a little obsessed. I'll read my posts probably like 5 to 10 times over to ensure there's not a single grammar mistake.
Morgan, you mentioned before about your love for colors. Along these lines, what's your go-to outfit for events?
Well, as you can see, I'm wearing a lot of color today. I like to typically wear suits, colorful suits. I think it makes people sort of stand out, but also bring inclusion and make people feel comfortable. And then also, I love fashion. So typically color, I can be seen in a navy blue blazer with gold buttons, etc. But definitely if my mother were on this podcast, she would say color is definitely.
That's kind of your trademark, no?
Yes.
And what's your favorite event so far? Like your favorite work event?
Well, the Ascendant Network has just built a phenomenal platform for like-minded leaders in retail media in particular. I love Shop Talk, CES, Commerce Next. I mean, you can pretty much find me at every single major event, thanks to the support of my marketing team. So yeah,
Well, we'll see each other at multiple of these events. Actually, I'm surprised
we
we
will.
haven't met yet. But at CES, I'll be there. In RF, I don't know. Shop Talk probably as well. So let's see. Um, Picture coming soon. I'm very big on taking pictures at events. So, and what's your favorite part of the day and of your work day?
My work day, I love to start every day with a really good workout that kind of sets the stage for the day. I typically don't miss one. That's my like mental sanity check that fuels my passion-driven ambitions throughout the day. But I love lunch because the mornings are crazy, and I also love, when I get to see my kids in the evenings when I'm not in the air. So, I mean, I truly love what I do, so I think every part of the day brings a uniqueness for me in particular.
You know what's coming next. What's your least favorite part or task of the day? Apart from waiting for the planes, which you clearly don't like.
I'm not great at things like HubSpot and, tracking all of my activities. So if my marketing team is listening, I am very sorry. I'm trying to get better. I would say that I find that most daunting, truthfully.
So in case that I didn't ask you the right questions, I'm gonna let you present yourself through an elevator pitch, which I'm gonna give you the copious amount of time of 20 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, go, and I'm counting here.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So Morgan Chapman, strategic partnerships leader at Fluent. I've been there almost 15 years, so I'm a bit of a digital dinosaur. But our business, we power non-endemic advertising within the post-purchase moment for retailers across North America. And I went over 1 second.
I gave you like the amount of like a huge amount of time, and you didn't you went overboard. But I want to ask
No,
you
I
actually.
think she was good. She was
Yeah, I know
good.
she
She
was
was good.
good.
I didn't even get
Specifically,
to my WRMC spiel. Maybe in future podcasts, make it 45 seconds.
I mean that's the thing. Like Morgan, like we don't, and this is the proof that we don't send the questions beforehand. So people that come here are extremely brave. But I'm curious to know what do you do in your role at Fluent?
Yeah, so my role in Fluent is really running strategic partnerships, bringing on net new retail customers, in the non-endemic ecosystem. So as I mentioned, we power non-endemic post-purchase, but also, we are going into other areas, loyalty, in-store, etc. Major partners come to us to really drive the personalization in that post-power experience through non-endemic.
Excellent. Well, I think we can let the games begin now because this was just the
Yeah.
introduction. And my friend Anna Lau will do the honors, I think.
Yes. We're gonna kick things off with our first game, which is called drum roll effects. Canadian versus American culture. Yay.
Love it.
So the first one is kind of like understanding, your thoughts, and there might be like answers out there, documented answers about this, but it would be great to understand your thoughts as well. And the first one is Canadians are just Americans with manners.
Well, I'm sorry to say, see, Canadians always say I'm sorry first. I like to think of us a little differently. We certainly do have manners, but we are small and mighty. And we can often be the test market for products and services that are rolled out into the US. So, truthfully, we're actually thought leaders. You know, so I would say that's probably my best answer
It's a
without
good answer.
offending too many of my American colleagues
No,
or Canadians.
politically correct.
Because
Politically correct.
you're Canadian, but you live in the US.
Correct. I'm Canadian. I kind of live everywhere. Our head office is in New York. I spend a lot of time there. I'm pretty much there every week. So it's a bit of both. I have various stamps in my passport. Let's just say that.
Cool. Second question, or actually statement, is Black Friday is just as big in Canada.
I would agree. I mean, for the large retailers that we have, I mean, it's Christmas. It's preparing for Christmas for shoppers, so it absolutely is just as big. And as I mentioned, we're obviously a lot smaller than the U.S., but it's positioned as just as big, in terms of savings as in the U.S.
Very interesting. What about Boxing Day? It's not so big, right?
Boxing Day, I feel like, is bigger in Canada. It's a really big part of like our family tradition to like wake up really early, get down to the stores, purchase half price clothes, etc. So I feel like for Canadians, it's a really big traditional day. I think Black Friday, though, Cyber Monday is presents themselves from a marketing perspective as a better savings holiday than maybe Boxing. It's like Boxing Day has spread out, pre-holiday, pre-Christmas, to really allow customers to shop early and to spend and save.
Very interesting. And the last one is American and Canadian media regulations are basically the same.
I would disagree. We have much different privacy laws. So from a PII perspective, anytime I bring on a new customer, our legal team really has to come with a different lens and a different level of experience to really, work through the contracting process because the policies are much different. Also, we have English and French as our two main, languages, and obviously there's a lot more diversity in the U.S. from a language perspective, but definitely have to come with two different lenses when negotiating on other sides of the border.
I figured. I was not very aware, but I can tell for sure there's some differences there. Okay, well, game number 2. We're being super nice now, as you can tell. Like we're being like super, super nice. It will get worse. Just saying.
Okay.
Nah,
I'm
we'll only
starting to
we'll
sweat
only
over
get
here.
better. Only better, only better.
Only better. Game number 2 is true or false. So the first statement is shoppable video and CTV are emerging retail media formats.
Depends who you ask, but I would say false. They've been around for at least, I don't know, a couple years.
In terms of adoption as well, you think they're also kind of like...
I mean, they're still
Oh,
cutting edge, but it's not new accessible inventory. They'll continue to evolve, of course. I would say they're some of the newest, but nothing new. I mean, we own a media agency named Ad Parlor that has been running CTV for probably the last 12 or 16 months.
Yeah, I agree. Second, non-endemic campaigns cannot benefit from closed-loop sales measurement.
False.
There was a doubt there for a second. False.
Well, truthfully, I had to just fully understand the question and then false.
Yeah, 100% false. Okay, and then we'll dig into that a little bit in a second. The third one is many endemic advertisers are already saturating the inventory. So non-endemic lets retail media networks expand the mix.
I would definitely agree. It unlocks non-endemic, not to get too salesy, certainly unlocks a new profit stream for retailers that have been, in market for the last couple of years. I think there's a lot of growth opportunities within endemic. Certainly in-store represents a really big part of growth. I also think non-endemic expanding in-store also represents another big part of growth. So I think it's about... it's about leadership and executors and driving strategy and ensuring that everyone is aligned with like those next placements to unlock, the next phase of growth.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask about that as well, if you can talk a little bit about non-endemic, because I feel like from like me, someone coming from like on-site mostly, and not having, I don't know. I think the first time I got to know a little bit better non-endemic was the first time we talked, that you walked me through, examples as well. But yeah, I think if you could walk us a little bit through like, the benefits and how do you actually go with this solution and talk to retail media networks about it, and how receptive are they about non-endemic as well?
Yeah, no, happy to answer that. So, I mean, non-endemic has really evolved. I would say, obviously, retail media has rolled out the red carpet for non-endemic naturally. And as I mentioned, the evolution has come in from really the C-suite being open to exploring different ways to unlock profit, but also different ways to enhance the customer experience. So, if you think about it, if you are Home Depot and you are a loyalty pro at Home Depot, you might drive or want to drive a Ford F-150. So truthfully, it is non-endemic because Home Depot, as we know, is not a car dealership. But their customers have appetite and propensity to make those purchases of brands that they don't carry. So as long as it's relevant and personalized, and you aren't serving a customer with an offer that they already have, Disney Plus, etc. It really is quite enhanced from a checkout perspective. And then as you expand to other areas within loyalty or even in store. So I would say there's a lot of opportunity ahead in terms of non-endemic. And I think it's just having an open mind about how do we enhance the customer's checkout experience? How do we, enhance the customer's in-store shopping experience? And it's all driven back from personalization and relevancy.
Are there any like categories that you see that are already like really investing a lot in grocery or supermarket retail media that are non-endemic?
Yeah, so from an advertising perspective, travel, insurance, financial services, things like cashback. But from a Fluent perspective, we are very hungry to tap new verticals to really offer and enhance a better checkout experience for our customers. So, we have a dedicated team focused on unlocking new verticals that really work. And our customers obviously love that. I mean, they want to lean in, they want to understand how non-endemic impacts, the customer experience. And we do a ton of testing and learning, a lot of A/B tests, et cetera, to really uncover those insights.
Very cool. So I think I am the one that's doing the next game, which is guess that retail media personality.
Fun. Hmm.
Our retail media personality used to work at a supermarket chain, is European. She now heads up sales at an edtech company and is a member of the Women in Retail Media Collective.
Okay,
And I
can I
think,
phone a friend?
sorry?
Can I phone a friend?
You cannot, but I can give you another clue if you like.
Okay. Where was she before the grocery chain?
Oh, I don't know that. I know she was at a grocery chain for a long time.
Not relevant. Not relevant.
Not relevant.
Not relevant.
No.
I can give you another clue that will
Remember,
make
I'm
it.
remember, Daniel, I'm the North American chapter lead.
Yes.
So
Yes.
No, but you know the answer. You know the answer.
I can give you another. She's
Her initials.
recently started collaborating with a podcast
Recently started collaborating with a podcast.
on a
Can I give it
section
to?
called the hot seat.
Sorry?
On a section called the hot seat.
I missed that episode.
So I'll have to tell you who it is. It's our
No,
other
wait.
it's our other co-host Emma.
Oh. Well, okay. Sorry, Emma. I did not know. I did not. You said head of a grocery chain. So sorry, I missed that. I
No,
am so
sorry.
sorry.
I didn't explain it well. She was formerly at a grocery
Okay.
chain.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just
I am
starting this
deeply
section, so I have to get
embarrassed
better
that
at,
you don't know that
asking the
answer.
questions.
I think it's good. It's good because otherwise it was very obvious. I think that also part where she's a member of the WRMC. Perhaps
If
it's
you had-
confusing
If
because
you had
she's
said
also.
co-founder.
That was too easy.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Oh
That
man, I'm
would've-
really starting to sweat over here. I might have to take off my blazer.
Well, I think we're coming to the end. So your fun is over. I'm sorry to spoil it. No, I think and allow. I don't know. I think that we have as a final thing, if there's any updates from the Women in Retail Media Collective, which as we speak, the update is that you're having the event in New York. But when we publish this, this will have been done already. So hopefully a very successful one.
That is correct. And if I could just say how fantastic it was, because I know it's going to be fantastic. We have great sponsors, Criteo, Fluent, and our guest list is full. So I would imagine it's going to be a great day. So by the time this is published,
Yeah.
we will be celebrating a phenomenal launch, New York launch of the WRMC. And as I said, more chapter launches, more cities as we grow. So please contact me if you're interested in driving a community, a local community, because we're looking for more like-minded folks like Anna and myself and Emma, and all the other fantastic ladies that are involved in our community.
Fantastic. Anna, from your side, any last remarks from you or from you, Anna Lau, or you co-founder of the Women in Retail Media Collective?
Me and actually, we just launched the coffee talks, virtual coffee talks. We hosted it right before this episode. So if you haven't joined, members of WRMC, you can join anytime, or you can actually host one with us. So yeah, just like a little promotion on
Yeah,
that.
totally. I mean, I think it's a great way to build community. It's not easy, like in the big events, to actually connect with new people sometimes. And I think like you're building something where you have like the theme of retail media, working in retail, being women in business. I think there's a lot of common things when people go into the collective. So
Yeah, and the virtual coffee talks are the ones that enable that space for global connection, because if you don't travel to events, or you're just like based somewhere in Europe or like somewhere remote in the US, you don't have the possibility to attend to the in-person events. So yeah.
yeah.
Now, before we go, though, can I hot seat you guys? I feel like I want another question on retail media personalities, because I did my homework. I know a lot of the personalities. So would you guys ask me another one before we go? Can I hot seat you?
Okay. You ask us.
Yeah, I want to ask you.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm up for it.
Okay, so
And on top of
previously,
it, that way we get to compete as well with each other, right? Because whoever
don't
guesses
type,
first.
because you can type
Yeah.
and search on ChatGPT. You can type.
yeah,
Look at my
I
hands. Look
I
at
Show
my
your
was
hands.
hands.
unable to type. Okay, so this is North American based. Okay, so she previously ran the retail media network at Dick's Sporting Goods and now runs the retail media network at Hy-Vee. She is a very well-known female thought leader in the industry. She's awesome. I look up to her. She's a mentor. Who is she?
Is she the one that used to be in the military?
I don't think so.
What's the first
No.
letter?
K.
V. Oh no, then I don't know. I recently saw that she moved to Hy-Vee.
And
I
what's
don't
her
know her
last name? What's her first letter of the last name?
M.
Can we just guess names at this point?
Kate?
Thrin Maza.
There you go. I know that name. I know
Yeah.
her. Oh. Anyway,
Well,
she's awesome.
Daniel, we're not doing well with this.
Well,
Can we edit?
we'll say hi to Catherine from here. And
Yeah, can we invite her?
And extend an
Yeah.
invitation to join the
Yes.
hot seat as well. We'd love to have you, Catherine, in any future occasion. Morgan, put in a good word for us, please.
I will.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Morgan. Thanks for daring to come on before really knowing what you were getting into. And allow another one in the bag, another session of
Yeah.
fun. I think this will be a good one.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be a good one.
Yeah, no? Exactly.
It was super fun. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for
Thank
tuning in.
you.
We'll see you in the next episode of The Hot Seat and the FMCG Guys podcast.
And
Have a
don't
nice-
forget to join the Women in Retail Media Collective.
Exactly. Links in the show notes everywhere.